Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. Our lead story of the day is regarding the terrorist attacks and the suicide bombings that took place in Afghanistan late yesterday. This article comes from our friends over at the Daily Wire. If you're not already a member, please go over and become a subscriber today. This is written by Emily Zanotti, and she titles it 13th U.S. service member dies in Afghanistan, now deadliest day of conflict since 2011. And this just continues to get worse. It continues to go in the wrong direction because you have Joe Biden in office. You have Joe Biden as the commander-in-chief that doesn't have a clue cognitively what is going on here. It says a United States military official confirmed to ABC News late Thursday night that a 13th U.S. service member has died following a shocking pair of terror attacks in Kabul. Quote, a U.S. official confirmed that a 13th U.S. service member has died as a result of injuries received in the attack at the Kabul airport, the outlet noted. At least a dozen more American service members are seriously injured, including 11 U.S. Marines and one U.S. Navy hospital corpsman. Several members of the service are believed to be in critical condition as well. So God forbid this continues, right? God forbid these other service members pass away. And, if you're anybody of faith, let's take a moment out today to pray for these men and women that are in uniform, that they can pull through here. Just tragic. As you notice, again, I'm not yelling today. It's just deflating. It's deflating. Not deflating of we're giving up. Deflating of I am so pissed off that it's just this is me, like, this is me as much as it gets when I'm extremely angry. It's just this guy should not be in office, and it's just showing. And now, unfortunately, people had to lose their lives because this guy doesn't know how to extract people out of a country. The U.S. fatalities were the first in Afghanistan since February 2020, when former President Donald Trump and the Taliban signed an agreement to withdraw U.S. troops from the country, the week reported. The 13 troops killed Thursday made the attack the deadliest since 2011, when militants shot down a Chinook helicopter, killing 31 Americans, 7 Afghans, and a military dog, and that was according to the Wall Street Journal. Well, the suicide bombings, which rocked the Kabul late Thursday night local time, also left at least 60 Afghans dead and more than 120 wounded, according to reports. Now, these aren't exact numbers, and I'll tell you why here. The Taliban is said to be telling healthcare workers not to release full casualty counts, so the precise number of Afghans dead and wounded could be much higher. So you have freaking Joe Biden here taking the word of the Taliban. Folks, these are the same people that flew the planes into the Pentagon, into the World Trade Center, killed thousands of people on September 11, 2001. Can we not forget that happened? That tragic day? And we're supposed to sit here and let them take over an entire country? And now, before they're even freaking kind of running the show technically fully, we already have suicide bombings happening, killing Americans, killing tons of Afghans. What a disaster. What a freaking nightmare all of this is. One bombing occurred at a final checkpoint for evacuees before entering Hamid International Airport, where U.S. service members were screening potential individuals for some of the last rescue flights out of Afghanistan before the U.S. military official withdrawals on August 31st. Well, there was another bombing. The second bombing occurred just outside the Baron Hotel, I almost said airport, but hotel, which was serving as a secure location for Americans pulled from Kabul. Other explosions were heard throughout the day, but officials said those were coalition forces destroying military equipment as part of the evacuation process. Now, here's the problem with this, right? We've been lied to so much by the Biden administration, by the Pentagon, by our State Department, that it's sad that I can't read that and actually believe it. Do you know what I mean? You have 2 suicide bombings that killed a bunch of people, service members as well as Afghans. And, there's other explosions happening. You could hear gunshots being rung out, right, during interviews with people. So who knows what's going on? The Taliban ain't going to tell us anything. You think they're going to tell us the truth? There will be never a time in my life when I trust the Taliban anything those people say. Anything. Even if they end up being true, I'm still not going to trust those bastards. All right? I don't trust them at all. The total number of injuries remains unclear, though early reports indicate over a dozen dead and dozens injured, the Daily Wire reported early on Thursday. The attacks took place hours after multiple NATO countries suspended evacuation operations, citing the possibility of a terror attack. Now, there was word happening, and we reported on that yesterday, that the U.S. Embassy was telling people not to go to the airport for security reasons. And I bitched and complained because I said, look, why are you going to have people that want to be evacuated, not being able to be evacuated because Joe Biden decided to pull our troops out and continue to pull troops out before the deadline that was supposed to sit there and protect people and help them get through these checkpoints. Now, this bombing should have never happened. There was a lot of talk about they were so close to this guy they could smell the person's breath. The Taliban are having responsibility in screening some of these people. So there's a lot of information that's going on here behind the scenes that this isn't talking about. So not only is it the fault of Joe Biden, but also the fault of Joe Biden allowing the Taliban to have some sort of any workings in this whole evacuation process. When did we start freaking working with the enemy? Like, I understand we've done that in the past, right? We kind of picked the lesser two evils in wars like World War II. Why are we working with the Taliban? Do you know what I mean? And now you have ISIS also in the situation here. So at some point, it's like, are we going to be working with the Taliban to get rid of ISIS? Are we going to be working with ISIS to get rid of the Taliban? Like, what are we going to do here? So this is such a mind, you know what? A mind, yeah, I'm not going to cuss today. I'm going to keep it rated G. The attacks took place hours again after NATO countries suspended their evacuations because, again, a terror attack, but thousands of people seeking evacuation have crowded outside the perimeter of the airport. In recent weeks, Taliban checkpoints have blocked most of it from getting through. The U.S. has said that there is a danger of further attacks and that there are hundreds of ISIS terrorists in the vicinity of the airport. Questions also remain about the Taliban's role in providing security to the evacuation efforts, and that's what I was just talking about here. They should have no role in providing security efforts. Again, why are we allowing terrorists to provide any sort of security? Doesn't that seem ridiculous? Again, I can't keep emphasizing this enough. These are the guys that flew planes into the World Trade Center, and we're relying on them for security? Does anybody see like the problem with that and how ridiculous all of this is? In a speech Thursday evening, President Joe Biden committed to hunting down ISIS in Afghanistan, though the U.S. military, the president said, would be sticking to the prescribed withdrawal timeline. Yeah, I don't think Joe's going to do anything here. Joe might drop a bomb on a freaking mountain and that's it. Not even do anything to anybody. Kill a bunch of rocks. They are part of the bravest, most capable, the best, selfless military on the face of the earth. And they are part of simply what I call the backbone of America, Biden said. They are the spine of America, the best country has to offer. We will not forgive. We will not forget, he added. We will hunt you down and make you pay. As we leave the country, by the way. As we don't support our own security. We have the Taliban doing that, the terrorist organizations, that blew a bunch of people up and continue to do terrorist attacks throughout the world. I've also told my commanders to attack ISIS-K assets, and we will respond with precision at our time, at our place that we choose, and the moment of our choosing. It's like, really, man? It kind of sounds like that guy on the playground that wants to fight you. I'm going to fight you at my own time, in the parking lot, when I choose to, maybe never. But we'll see. You better not fall asleep because that's when I'll get you. It's like, dude, come on, man. Come on, man. This is just, it's all ridiculous. It's deflating. It's tiring to constantly see the failures coming out of this administration. And, normally I have a lot of energy in my shows, right? I get really pissed off. But you know what? This is sad. There's a lot of people that aren't going home to see their families. There's a lot of children that are never going to have a father grow up now or a mom, potentially. It's very sad. And it's sad that we have to do this article going in on the weekend here, but let's again make sure that we pray for these men and women in uniform, the safety of everybody that's being evacuated here in Afghanistan. And, as much as we pick on Joe Biden here, and rightfully so, I think it's important to pray for our president, you guys. You know what I mean? I think it's important to pray for Kamala Harris. I think it's important to pray for Jen Psaki. Because people make the wrong decisions, we really need to have faith in God to lead the way on these types of things and give them that wisdom from the heavens to make the right decisions. Some of you maybe aren't believers or people of faith, but again, I think it is important. We don't talk about that enough on the show. I think it's important to pray for our president. I know I do. I pray for him to make the right decisions. I do rip him a new one, but I want him to do well. I want our country to do well. And when we're not doing well and we're making silly decisions, we need to be aware of it. We need to call our president out on it, because the hope is that when the message gets big enough that he can become a better man, he can make better decisions so that we don't have people pass away like this, so that we can keep our national security where it has been. We've been doing pretty great. So let's hope that continues. But this is a very sad thing that happened. It's not, I don't think, appropriate to start yelling and and really name calling Joe Biden too much here. If anything, let's pray again, and let's get into the weekend here and hope that things turn around for America and for the Afghans, and let's hope that things work out here. I mean, I'm optimistic, but with that being said, thank you so much for always supporting the show. I always love reading your guys' comments, and I hope you have all a lovely weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, folks, and I will see you next week here on the Bald Brad Show.